More than 2 years ago, I posted a video here on YouTube called Why I'm All In on Tesla Stock. In it, I laid out some of the key reasons as to why, per the title, I was all in on Tesla stock. This video is an update. A lot has happened in the 2+ years since I posted that video, including Tesla stock increasing in value by more than 10x, yet I'm still buying Tesla stock today with every spare cent. In this video, I'll be holding myself accountable, critiquing my reasoning from 2 years ago, and I'll also be sharing the new reasons why I still continue to buy Tesla stock with every spare cent. Let's get into it. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoy these videos, there's a bunch of ways you can support the channel, access exclusive content and perks, and get some free stocks and crypto. Check out the links in the pinned comment below. You can get 2 free stocks with WeBull, a free stock with Stake, free Bitcoin with Coinbase, and free Bitcoin with BlockFi, and the BlockFi Bitcoin Rewards credit card. You can also pick up some Tesla, Elon, and investment themed merch in the merch store. If you want to take it to the next level, join thousands of members on Patreon to gain exclusive access to over 100 Q&A videos, loads of exclusive content, exclusive access to my up-to-date 10-year Tesla stock price targets, and even access my Tesla valuation model at the investor support level and above. So check out the links in the pinned comment below, and thanks for your support. In this video, I'm explaining why I'm all in on Tesla. Well, almost all in. I'm an opportunistic investor. I'm not a stock investor. I'm not a real estate investor. I'm not a businessman. I just look for opportunities that line up with my investment goals and suit my risk profile. If they do, I'm in. Today, Tesla comprises about 80% of my stock portfolio. This goes against the investment advice of almost everyone ever, and for good reason. Concentrating a large amount of wealth in a single asset can be a recipe for disaster. Thing is, I'm confident or arrogant enough to believe that I do know what I'm doing. History may prove me to be wrong, but so far my prior investment decisions have led to my achieving financial independence and retiring at age 31. Well, 10 points for confidence and arrogance, and what do you know? It was well founded. The reason I put this stuff on the internet was to be held accountable and to make sure that I got the message out there, tried to warn people about what I thought the opportunity in Tesla stock presented, and let them think and reason for themselves. Maybe they draw a similar conclusion, maybe they don't, that's totally fine. But I wouldn't have been able to live with myself if I didn't put this out there. And by the way, how different do I sound in that previous video? For those of you that don't know, I started the channel while I was backpacking through South America. I was recording into a shitty smartphone and just having to yell into it sometimes depending on the background noise. It's an absolute train wreck. So aren't we glad that I was able to upgrade? Before we dive into the video, ask yourself, is Jeff Bezos an idiot for concentrating most of his wealth in Amazon? Is Bill Gates an idiot for concentrating most of his wealth in Microsoft? Is Elon Musk an idiot for concentrating most of his wealth in Tesla and SpaceX? I'm not a believer in diversification for its own sake. If you have no idea what you're doing, then sure, diversify. If you're petrified of risk, sure, diversify. If you have mouths to feed, then sure, diversify. I don't, and I'd much rather be making investment decisions from a place of confidence than uncertainty. I've been following the Tesla story for a decade, since the original Roadster, yet it wasn't until March 2016, just before the Model 3 reveal, that I became confident enough to begin investing. So why Tesla? The engineers. Many of the world's best engineers work at Tesla, or want to. Let's have a look at a 2018 survey of engineering students who were asked to name the employers that they most wanted to work for. SpaceX took out the #1 position, closely followed by Tesla at #2. The implications of this are very important. Recruiting great young engineering talent for Tesla is like shooting fish in a barrel. Other companies wishing to compete with Tesla have a pool of lesser engineering talent from which to draw. This matters. Ford sits at number 16 on the same list. General Motors at number 19 and BMW at 20. They're going to get the leftovers. It's just a fact. Engineers are the backbone of Tesla's business, and they've got their pick of the bunch. Hit the nail on the fucking head. Today, Tesla's engineering talent and capabilities are still the #1 reason why I'm all in on Tesla stock. Most people don't really seem to understand just how good Tesla's engineering is. Regular viewers of this channel will likely be an exception. The general public and investors out there in general still have no fucking idea. This is how Tesla is able to do the impossible, faster, cheaper, more efficient, run circles around companies that have been established in these industries for decades. We're not just talking about automotive manufacturers, but also battery cells, on and on and on and on and on. I also spoke about the fact that diversification, well, not for me. It turns out I've gone from Tesla stock comprising a little over 80% of my stock portfolio when I published that video to now literally 100% of my stock portfolio. So I've concentrated even further as I've learned more about the company, but more importantly than that, as their dominance across everything that matters has grown, so too has my conviction and my confidence and the potential returns, and therefore I've cranked it up to literally 100% of my stock portfolio concentrated just in Tesla. In 2019, to buy a massive Tesla dip, I think split adjusted it was like $35, something like that, just absolutely ridiculous. So I liquidated the rest of the stocks in my portfolio, which had all gained somewhere between 50 to 250%, give or take. Sold those, bought Tesla stock. Eventually, I also made a small investment in the genomics space, but then Tesla stock got wrecked. I'm like, got no money. What are you going to do? Sold the genomics positions, even though I'm still extremely bullish on genomics and the entire sector over the next decade plus. I just couldn't resist buying the dip in Tesla again.
The technology. Tesla is embarrassingly far ahead everywhere it counts. Their batteries are literally miles ahead of everyone on range and efficiency. Their powertrain puts others to shame. Their 3 current vehicles are the 3 safest ever tested. Over-the-air updates mean Tesla vehicles continuously get better after you buy them. Their infotainment is unmatched. Netflix, karaoke, how about Sentry mode, dog mode, or how about free over-the-air updates that increase range and performance after you've purchased the vehicle? What about the machine that builds the machine? Who else can build a factory in 10 months? Who else is profitably producing electric vehicles at scale with gross margins exceeding 20%? And don't get me started on the full self-driving data lead.
Spot on again. The only thing I'd like to add is in the 2+ years since this video was posted, Tesla's incredible technological leadership across everything that matters from thermal management to software has become even more evident, and simultaneously it's actually accelerated even further ahead of where they were. When this was originally posted, there were people who completely incorrectly but genuinely and seriously believed that Tesla didn't have a technological advantage. By the way, shout out to the likes of Bob Lutz.
The leadership. Musk is a brilliant leader. Despite what the dipshits in the mass media would have you believe, Elon has inspired the world's best and brightest to work tirelessly under extremely trying conditions to innovate rapidly and solve enormous problems over and over. Musk may be eccentric, he may not be easy to work for, but those who work for Tesla don't want easy. They want meaningful, challenging, and inspiring work. The execution. Tesla do what they say. Sure, the timing is not always perfect, but they get the job done every single time. Let's read the original master plan from August 2006. Did Tesla build a sports car, then use that money to make a more affordable car, then use that money to build an even more affordable car? Did Tesla provide zero-emission electric power generation options? Let's look beyond Tesla. Did SpaceX say they'd build reusable rockets and actually do it? Yes, this matters. The inevitable transition. Electric vehicles currently make up just a few % of the new vehicle market. In the future, they will be about 100%.
Just for the record, when I recorded this in 2019, the previous year, the most recent available data, 2018, electric vehicles made up less than 2% of the global vehicle market. In 2021, as I record this, the most recent data, almost 7%. May not sound like a lot, but this is exponential growth at work.
Tesla is sitting atop a gigantic technological transition, and no one else is even in the game. The declining costs. Question. What is the most expensive component in an electric vehicle? Answer. The battery. What else costs a bomb? The computer. Isn't that fascinating? The big ticket items in the vehicles are both on declining cost curves. So what does this mean? The price performance of electric vehicles will continue to improve over time. EVs are around price performance parity with internal combustion engine vehicles today. Guess what? Internal combustion engines are not getting cheaper to make. Batteries are. It doesn't take a genius to figure out what this means for the future. The competition. What competition? There is literally none. There may be competition in the future, but currently there isn't. Each vehicle Tesla has produced is best in class by a stupid margin and is selling accordingly. Yes, there are other electric vehicles currently on roads and many more coming soon. But as of today, Model S, Model X, and Model 3 do not have competition. Tesla owns EVs like Google owns search.
Well, plenty of time has passed, but nothing whatsoever has changed. Still today, as I record this, Tesla has no legitimate competition, none even on the horizon. Might have something to do with their engineering talent, their technology, and their pace of innovation.
The survivability. At this point, I can't see Tesla dying. This wasn't always the case. That's why I held off buying the stock until 2016. But since then, Tesla have shown profitability despite continually outlaying huge amounts of capital to build new factories and infrastructure. Their margins continue to improve as they find new efficiencies and benefit from economies of scale. Today, I believe Elon Musk could raise billions within a matter of days in any economic conditions. This wasn't always true. It's also been reported that in 2013, Apple attempted to acquire Tesla for a large premium. And in the same year, Elon Musk had a handshake agreement with his friend and ex-Google CEO Larry Page to acquire Tesla if needed. In the worst case scenario, someone like Google, Apple, or even Amazon would jump at the opportunity to acquire Tesla and their market-leading technology.
For those of you who aren't up to date on your Tesla history, when I posted this video, this was the height of the Tesla FUD. The company was being constantly attacked. Short interest in Tesla stock was through the roof. It was the most shorted stock in the stock market. Hit pieces 24/7. A bunch of clowns living in their mum's basement on Twitter coming up with these crazy fraud scenarios. All sorts of ridiculous stuff. Tesla getting hammered. In fact, Tesla at that point in time, about a $60 billion market cap. Today, close to $1 trillion. So at that point in time, this was peak fear, peak uncertainty, peak concern, peak worry about Tesla. So many people thinking they're going bankrupt, they can't make money. The more vehicles they sell, the more money they lose. They'll be bankrupt, they won't be able to raise in the markets, blah, blah, blah.
The FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. What is being said about Tesla in the media does not match reality. Analysts, media shills, and others are spreading fear, uncertainty, doubt, and misinformation about the company and its leader. Perhaps there's some big oil money involved. I don't know. But at the end of the day, the truth will win. Until then, Tesla stock is on a discount. If you can look past the noise at the underlying facts, you'll see a very different picture to the one CNBC are broadcasting into homes.
Man, I was such a rookie back then. Did you guys notice the mistake? I accidentally said CNBC instead of CNBS. What was I thinking?
To really understand the extent of this FUD, look at the short seller theses on why Tesla will fail. Most of their reasons are factually incorrect. And all that remains is speculation and desperate fantasies like there must be accounting fraud and the competition is coming, which we've been hearing for years. Where is it? The network effect. Each time a Tesla owner takes delivery of their vehicle, something interesting happens. Their friends and family who currently don't know a thing about Tesla become exposed to one of its products. This matters.
Anyone watching right now who happened to learn about Tesla in the last 2 or so years through a friend, neighbor, colleague, family member, etc., somebody who wanted to show you the product, they loved it so much they couldn't help, they were ranting and raving and wanted to give you a test drive or show you some features or just talk about it 24/7, let me know in the comments below.
Ask anyone who's ever test driven a Tesla for the first time about their experience. It usually goes like this. I drove one, I want one, I ordered one. And each time Tesla releases an awesome new feature like Sentry Mode or Smart Summon or Romance Mode or Fart Mode, thousands of videos and tweets spread virally in an instant. The products are so good that they advertise themselves. This is why Tesla doesn't need to waste money on advertising or dealer networks. The cult. Elon has a sea of fanboys. I count myself among them. The man has almost 30 million Twitter followers.
Hold up a second here now. I'm sure I'm about to make a great point. But I just noticed on screen, Elon Musk, when I recorded this video, December 2019, less than 30 million followers on Twitter. Today, over 73 million followers on Twitter. In other words, an increase of more than 40 million followers on Twitter in the span of just over 2 years. So keep that in mind as you hear this next point.
The man has almost 30 million Twitter followers, more than the population of Australia. Let that sink in. 30 fucking million people care enough about what he is doing or has to say to follow his Twitter. His reach matters. That generations of teenagers see him as an inspiring role model matters. That he can sell $10 million worth of not a flamethrowers in a few days matters. That he can broadcast to an enormous audience in seconds matters. Do you even know the name of another automotive CEO? The physics thinking. As a lifelong science nerd, I view the world differently to most. Physics is fundamental. Everything else is emergent. Reality itself is nothing but particles interacting and obeying the laws of physics. When Elon Musk approaches an engineering problem, he boils it down to the atoms and works up from there. Few others do this. The reason Tesla has been able to innovate, disrupt, and make bold moves like entering the EV market before it seemed to make any financial sense is because of first principles thinking. Forget what everyone else is doing. What do the laws of physics say? Is it possible? Then do it. The optimization culture. Tesla has a culture of optimization and finding new efficiencies. It's built into the DNA of the company.
Because the best part is no part, process is no process, and occasionally at the design level you think something's necessary, but then it turns out it's not. So it's just like making sure, connecting between design and manufacturing, make sure we close the loop on that.
Deleting complexity is an endless task. This optimization isn't just at the level of, say, battery technology or materials. At every level, from corporate structure to production line optimization, Tesla is relentless in its pursuit of finding new efficiencies. Tesla is squeezing every last drop, while most others are in cruise control.
Boy, has that aged well. We're now seeing companies like Ford and General Motors scrambling massively, repeatedly accelerating their EV plans. Oh, it's happening faster than we thought. There's more demand than we thought, over and over and over, because they were in cruise control for years prior.
Model Y shares about 3/4 of its components with Model 3. This wasn't an accident. It was extreme optimization. As a result, the Model Y ramp is months ahead of schedule. Tesla learns fast. Gigafactory 3 was built in 10 months for 65% less capital expenditure per unit of capacity than the US Model 3 production system. I could go on. The other stuff. You may not have noticed, but Tesla does solar and batteries as well. Today, these products don't account for a huge chunk of Tesla's business. In fact, everyone seems to be ignoring these entirely, but mark my words. The world is transitioning to renewable energy generation and storage, and Tesla is poised to capture plenty of this market. I have about 20 more reasons, but this video is getting long enough as it is. Viewed in aggregate, these reasons paint a clear picture of a company with a bright future. Tesla has proven its ability to innovate, execute, and disrupt. They're in a healthy financial position. While analysts are crying over the lack of profitability, Tesla are investing billions in scaling production around the world, while other automakers are barely dipping their toes in the water. Tesla has a 3 to 5 year lead over everyone. 7 years after its release, nothing has even matched the original Model S for range, and Tesla continued to innovate. The recent acquisition of Maxwell Technologies and Highbar Systems suggests a big battery breakthrough has occurred, which pushes their lead out further.
Again, aged very well. We saw Battery Invest today. We learned all about Tesla's battery innovations. Just want to point out too, in the original video, a little bit of an Easter egg there, a bit of a hint. In slow motion, you guys can rewind. You'll see it pop up at the bottom of the frame there. I was making a prediction about the core technology, the main reason why Tesla bought Maxwell Technologies. As we can see on the screen, dry battery electrode. Anyone? Well, turns out that was correct.
Tesla's full self-driving computer is light years ahead. Their data lead is ridiculous. And of course, if Tesla wins full self-driving and the fleet awakens, oh boy. So those are some of the reasons that I'm all in on Tesla. Of course, I'm paying very close attention to Tesla, its competition, the industries it's in, the underlying technologies, and everything else I deem relevant. If, in the future, things change, my portfolio will do likewise. But if I'm being honest, I think in 2030, everyone will be calling me lucky.
Well, a lot of lucky guesses in that video, aged quite well. There were a few things that I wanted to add. After this video was posted, in the next 12-ish months, give or take, Tesla stock goes up more than 10x. The question then, is it still worthwhile investing in Tesla stock, or are there better risk-adjusted opportunities out there that I'm aware of or can learn about? In my mind, when I originally posted this video, over the long term, I saw Tesla as a $10+ trillion company, total dominance in electric vehicles, total dominance in autonomy, not only taking a huge slice of extremely profitable full self-driving software revenue over the long term, but also a portion of all the robotaxi fares from people who purchase a Tesla and deploy their vehicle on the fleet. So over the long term, not even including energy, which itself is a multi-trillion-dollar opportunity, I saw Tesla as a $10+ trillion company. But a lot has happened in the last 2 years. Tesla's in an even more dominant position, but far more importantly than that, they've now told us openly, they're out of the closet. They are all in on humanoid robots and AI. It's going to take time to get there, but this is where Tesla's business is headed. I know it sounds insane, but I personally believe now, over a multi-decade horizon, Tesla could easily, and I'm not saying it's guaranteed, there are no guarantees in life, but if they execute, if they can take a decent slice of some of these opportunities they're going after, we could see Tesla's market cap, Tesla's stock price increase by 20, 30, 50, 100 plus times, not percent, times by mid this century. I've talked about Tesla's humanoid robot, artificial general intelligence, and the ridiculous potential opportunity of those in other videos, so I won't go through that today. But I do want to be extremely clear. The video we watched today, originally posted back in 2019 about why I was all in on Tesla stock, it's aged exceptionally well. Everything I said then is even truer today. But in addition to that, Tesla is now not only going after what I thought maybe was a $10-ish trillion opportunity, electric vehicles, autonomy, and then also there's the bonus with energy. They're now going after opportunities that literally dwarf electric vehicles, autonomy, and energy. Tesla's going after labor and intelligence. I'm still reeling from the implications of Tesla's AI day, the announcement of the humanoid robot, and more recent comments from Elon Musk surrounding artificial general intelligence. I'm continuing to update my Tesla valuation model behind the scenes. I'll be posting the latest version of that on Patreon exclusively to supporters at the investor level and above. That will also lead to updates in my Tesla price targets, and if you don't already have access to those, you can find them exclusively on Patreon. They go all the way out to 2031 in the bear case, the base case, and the bull case. So check the card in the corner or the link in the pinned comment to join Patreon. All supporters at all levels gain exclusive access to my Tesla stock price targets out to 2031, and everyone at the investor support level and above also gains access to my Tesla valuation model. Even my bear case has Tesla doing more than a 10x over the next decade. Of course, I could be wrong. As I said in the previous video, I could be wrong. My track record's not too bad over time in terms of investing, but I acknowledge I could be completely off the mark. Anything could happen. Asteroid could come tomorrow, wipe out all life on Earth, rip everything. But in closing, I personally believe this video will age at least as well as my previous why I'm all in on Tesla stock video. In short, I cannot find a comparable risk-adjusted return anywhere. They may exist, but I can't find them. As soon as I do, I'll let everybody know. But until then, every spare cent still going into Tesla stock, and I believe this company has a long way to go. In fact, I could best sum it up like this. We are just getting started. Don't say I didn't warn you. I'm Stephen Mark Ryan. This is Solving the Money Problem, and I love you all. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoy these videos, there's a bunch of ways you can support the channel, access exclusive content and perks, and get some free stocks and crypto. Check out the links in the pinned comment below. You can get 2 free stocks with WeBull, a free stock with Stake, free Bitcoin with Coinbase, and free Bitcoin with BlockFi, and the BlockFi Bitcoin Rewards credit card. You can also pick up some Tesla, Elon, and investment themed merch in the merch store. If you want to take it to the next level, join thousands of members on Patreon to gain exclusive access to over 100 Q&A videos, loads of exclusive content, exclusive access to my up-to-date 10-year Tesla stock price targets, and even access my Tesla valuation model at the investor support level and above. So check out the links in the pinned comment below, and thanks for your support. And if you're still watching, you're awesome. I read every single comment on this channel, and I really appreciate your feedback. So if you've got any thoughts on today's video, questions, comments, or suggestions for a new video, let me know in the comments below. Check the cards on screen now to browse the merch store, join Patreon, or watch the next video.